matrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817 001 8162. That's 0817 001 8162.
What we do goes beyond bringing you the news. We give you a chance to talk about it. Your opinion, your voice.
This is 92.3 Nigeria Info, Port Harcourt.
Your number one news, talk, and sports radio station.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dion.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 10 minutes gone past 3 p.m. It's a fine Tuesday, a second day in the month of November. Well, yesterday was the first, and I didn't wish you a happy new month. Well, happy new month then. Not very much bigger than that, in the sense that I haven't formed a habit of those pleasantries. I do get several messages from some certain folks every month or the start of every month wishing me a happy new month, and I imagine those are generic messages that are sent to very likely hundreds or even thousands of other persons, but I do appreciate the thought. You know what they say, it's the thought that counts. So happy new month to you as well. You might as well appreciate the thought as also. Welcome once again. I hope the start to the new month. It's on the day 2 of November. Has been good for you. I hope it's good for you, and I hope that things are looking up and working out. Hopefully, you can afford some rice this December, and even if that's not the case, not to worry. There'll be plenty more years ahead. Make do with what you've got, and your time will come. You will even dish out rice to other folks as well. Yep, we are in those times right now. It's pretty tough out there. Pretty tough. And that's why we must keep the conversation going. That's why we must keep talking for development. And because the price of rice is pretty high right now, and very likely will soar as December approaches, as the Christmas season approaches, do not let your craving for rice, do not let your hunger for rice destroy your future. Because honorables and excellencies will come with rice. Yes, at the end of this, or as we approach the end of this year, knowing that you cannot afford to buy rice on your own, possibly, they're going to come with rice. They're not giving you anything fantastic. As a matter of fact, they contributed to your inability to buy rice, so they can package some rice to give to you this December in the guise of feeling your pain, in the guise of being there for you, in the guise of giving you rice. Well, that's not the guys. They're actually giving you rice. But do not sell your future for rice. And for those of you who go to church, remember the story of the guy in the Bible. Who was it again? Some guy in the Bible sold his future for food. Two questions here. Who's the guy, and what was the food item? Was it rice? Was it party jollof rice? Was it that one? Yeah. Was it rice? Was it something else? Help me out via WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. That's 0809 030 6416. Some dude in the Bible sold his future for food. Reportedly, he was hungry, and somebody offered him some food, and he said, "You can have it, you can take it." So, who was the fellow once again? Aha! Yes, I've got response. A response via okay. Esau porridge, Esau and porridge. It was Esau with food. Someone says meat here. What kind of meat was it Nkwobi or Ishu? It was Esau and porridge. Oh yes, it was actually. Correct responses, except for the meat one. I'm not sure it was, or was it Asum, or I don't know. Someone says Esau and stew. Stew. Goodness gracious. Esau and red porridge. What kind of stew? Was it fish stew or well, I don't know, or beef stew? Esau and yummy porridge. Okay. Esau for a plate of porridge. That's from Aricilia. Esau and a plate of porridge. Okay. It was Esau and Loi Loi. That was just maybe ghost meat. Okay. All right. Aha. So it was Esau for a plate of vegetable. Uh, vegetable. Okay. It was Esau and it was porridge, I think, or pottage or something like that. I think that's how the Bible put it, pottage, I think. And you get the point. And what happened, I think by going by biblical accounts, he regretted that decision. He did very much. So it doesn't matter if he can afford rice or not this December, because Excellency will come back, and as part of his constituency project, the Honorable, he will give you rice. Oh, he will give you rice. He will package some rice, and he will probably have his picture displayed on it. And then we'll talk about how he is in his magnanimity. The Honorable cares about the people. He's a man of the people. He's a man of the people. And that's why he has come to reach out to the grassroots people, and to help them, and to felicitate with them, and to join them in this wonderful season by packaging them. His Excellency has packaged your future, and you are eating it. Literally speaking, he has packaged your future into a 5 or 2.5 kilogram bag, and has given it to you. And imagine yourself boiling your future, and you are dancing and you are humming the Christmas tune, and you're adding salt to your future, adding some of the oil that Honorable gave you to your future, happily cooking your future, and sitting down to devour your future by the time the rice is cooked. And when you're done with the rice, there's nothing left. The future is bleak, it's empty, it's dark, as useless as the bag that was used in packaging the rice that was given to you, which is all that's left, which unfortunately you can't even eat, and it was absolutely nothing. Yeah, so do not eat your future, as Honorable will bring rice to you as December draws nearer. Alright, so that's it. Where was I? Okay, so moving on. I do have oh, I do have joy. I've got plenty of joy, really. Okay, moving on. So I've got side comments coming. Pardon me, it was some message I got here via WhatsApp. Alright, so let's see. I have side comments coming up shortly. Random stories, random thoughts. We will not discuss that until much later on during the open season segment. And then let's see. I've got a rant coming up as well. Something in my mind. I'm expressing some thoughts of that, and you're welcome to express your thoughts in mine all the way till 4 p.m. 4 features the business news. Yep, we've got business news at 4 o'clock, and let's see what are we discussing after that. Yeah, Plateau Assembly crisis. It's remarkable stuff indeed. And you see, it's the same script all over again. Nothing different. Nothing even slightly ingenious about the shenanigans that plays out in the political space in Nigeria. Story cuts Vanguard. Factional Plateau Speaker Sanda declares Ayuba one day suspends him 5 others. The crisis rocking the Plateau State House of Assembly degenerated yesterday. With the arrest of the embattled Speaker Abok Ayuba and 10 other members of the House loyal to him by security operatives in the vicinity of the Assembly in Jos. This is even as factional Speaker Yakubu Sanda, who had been received and congratulated by Governor Simon Lalong yesterday, announced the suspension of Ayuba and 6 other members and setting up a committee to investigate Ayuba. However, State Police Commissioner Edward Egbuka and the NSCDC Commandant Alexander Burunde led operatives of the other security agencies in the state to the assembly complex, where they arrested the lawmakers and drove them out in Hilux vans at about 3:15 p.m. Ayuba was whisked away through the back gates of the assembly after security agents unleashed tear gas canisters on peaceful protesters and journalists. The agent fired several gunshots, forcing people to scamper for safety. You might remember, Ayuba was on October 27 allegedly impeached by 8 members of the assembly and elected Yakubu Sanda as the new speaker. Although the House members said they were not told where they were being taken, to us. Abo kept shouting, "I cannot say if I'm under arrest at this moment." So the situation in Plateau State we're discussing in the 4 o'clock hour after the business news. Some reports says 6 members of the House impeached the Speaker. Other reports said 8 members impeached. But the Plateau State House of Assembly has got 24 members, and by the Constitution, I suppose, I think 2/3 have to impeach the Speaker before he stands impeached, and I think that should come to about 16 members, I suppose. Well, the new Speaker of the House has been presented to His Excellency the Governor along, who has congratulated him, unsurprisingly, I suppose. But we'll look at that situation in Plateau State, X-rayed somewhat to the 4 o'clock hour. Barrister Richard Wokocha will be my guest for that conversation. Is the legislature in Nigeria living up to democratic tenets? Really? What roles do governors have to play in the activities of state houses of assembly as well? These and other related matters. Maybe are they being meddlesome even? We'll look at that in the 4 o'clock hour. That takes us to 5. We've got the news update at 5 p.m. And the River State Police Command cracks fake drink syndicate. Yes, indeed. I'll look at that matter as well. That was on the news earlier on today. 2 arrested manufacturers of fake drinks, was it today or yesterday, revealed how they have been running the business for more than 2 years with their distribution centers in Oil Mill Market, Port Harcourt and Warri, Delta State. The suspects, Kayora Collins and Christian John, made this known as the police displayed items recovered from them when they were arrested last week in Port Harcourt. Let's hear what these fellows have to say about their illicit business. That's about it. 1847. Is it this one? Oh, here we are.
I buy other low quality drink to turn for the high quality one. When I order for the bottle from Abba, they will send it down for me here. Campari, now I refill it with that Kalihari. The 4 course, I use Don Simon. The Chelsea, I miss the Chelsea. Ethanol. James, I use Great Train to turn James. We are 4 people. I work with Beverly Hill, this ruler Nigeria Limited. So that is why I acquired the experience. It's very healthy, I shall show you. We don't put anything additional to eat.
Yes, I was working with this young man here before they caught me. Yes, it's when I have a problem of where I was working before. So I'm now short of money. I couldn't do the things I've been doing before. So he now called me that look at what is on now, that if I will come and be looking for daily bread there, I should come.
Addressing journalists, spokesman of the River State Police Command, Nnamdi Moni, said the 2 men will soon be charged to court. He said 2 other suspects escaped during the invasion of their camp.
Block rather on them when our men stormed there, able to arrest them. Others took to flight on sighting the police. Able to arrest these 2 Christian, and Christian has opened up to tell us how he concords them and produces them, and where he also sells them. He has told us that sometimes he takes them to death estates, and he has a stand at the oil mill market. He has a stand over there. Then he sells these things. He picks these bottles from Abba. Told us picks them. We are still investigating. He picks them from Abba and refills them. Then sells them back to the society.
All right, great. Terrible situation indeed. We'll discuss that matter in the 5 o'clock hour. Is the police winning the war against adulterated products in River State? How the police come about this situation, and how can citizens, the public, help the police tackle this ugly menace? And SP Nnamdi Moni, spokesperson of the River State Police Command, joins me for that conversation in the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. An open season comes about to that till about 7. If you miss out on any of the conversations or discussions on the show today, including my side comments, which will not be discussed now, I'll take your thoughts at that time till about 7 when the show comes to an end. So pretty much that's the show today. You're welcome to join in, of course. Let's start off with today's side comment, random stories, random thoughts that caught my attention as I checked out the news today. Security men at the community secondary school in Goshimini, Obiakpo local government area, have threatened to close the school tomorrow if the school authority fails to pay them their 12-month salaries. Aggrieved security men locked the entrance of the school this morning, preventing the teachers and students from entering the school. It took the intervention of some of the teachers for the school gate to be opened. That one of the aggrieved security men, Chijoke Chuku, told our correspondent that it took the action to draw the attention of the school authority and the River State government to their plight. Let's hear what this security official or operative or security guard had to say about the situation.
Because for over 1 year now we are working no salary, and we want to go to them, ask them why our salary is not coming. No good reply. Our only way to ask the government what's their problem, why our this is not coming. We need to lock the gate. So today we lock the gate, so we need our money. And anything at all lost inside the school, they will say we should pay, and we will pay, but without receiving the salary. That's why we lock the gate. Consider the students, because today we see the crowd on the road, and the way they are moving, the vice corner says please we should open the gate to go and dialogue issue. Now we are sitting down now. Any good arrangement we can allow the gate, but without good arrangement we will lock the gate until we see our money.
Yeah, I don't know what to call here. Is it the Commissioner of Education in River State, or is it His Excellency the Governor? Because sometimes you get the impression that His Excellency the Governor is the one who's in charge of everything in River State and nobody else does anything really. That's the impression one gets many times. But first to the Commissioner for Education in River State, Professor Kanye Beku, I believe. Let's look into this matter of security guards at the state-run schools not being paid. This one, for example, for a whole year. It's not a good situation really. Let's pay them. Let's pay them. And this, and also to the governor also, in case the governor is the one who has to pay them, because sometimes these things are very confusing really. It's not supposed to be confusing, but that's how we do it here. So, Your Excellency the Governor, if the salary is supposed to come from your table directly, let's pay them as well. Let's pay them. Let's just pay them, okay? And there is no need for some of the usual stories we're going to hear afterwards. Then somebody from government or the Ministry of Education will come out with a press release or some statement saying, Is it? That's how people will be sabotaging here from His Excellency. That is how people will be sabotaging. His Excellency has released funds. See, let me tell you something. The Excellency has released funds. If you know the importance that His Excellency places on education, if you see His Excellency, if you see the legacy projects have been undertaken in education. His Excellency brought law school. Which Excellency has ever done that in the issue of excellences in this country? I'm telling you that the Excellency places premium attention to matters of education. Impressed has been released. His Excellency, because of the importance he places on education, is implementing free. I'm telling you, free education. Free education at basic level. It's just like ramping the educational sector in the states. Let's just pay them. Oh, let's see. What has caught my attention on the news today as I checked out earlier. Suspects may no longer be taken to prison custody until the Department of Public Prosecution in River State has prepared the appropriate charges. This is as the River State Administrative of Criminal Justice Monitoring Council says it has activated a remand proceeding that will reduce congestion of prisons and correctional centers across the state. Chairman of the Council and Chief Judge of River State, Justice Simeon Amadi, who was represented by Justice Florence Faberi Sima, made this known while speaking on the collaboration among the stakeholders. Now, this is very, very cherry news. Extremely cherry news indeed. But let's hear what was said exactly on this matter. Oops, why do I have that? Oh, okay, just a slight error here. And no, not yet. 0121. What am I missing out? Okay, something obviously is not right here. But you get it. Just not Justice Fiberisima also spoke on sentencing given to an offender that does not involve imprisonment. Let's see if I have this one. Do I have this one? No, I don't. I don't have this one as well. Terrible situation. Anyways, so hopefully this will see the light of day eventually, and I'm sure we'll have discussions on the implications of this. This reform is taking place in the judicial system here in Rivers. You know how it is that our police constantly take matters to magistrate courts that they should know already, have no jurisdiction to entertain such matters, and then the person is remanded in prison custody, and then waiting for DPP's advice that reportedly sometimes takes forever to come or never come, and the person is languishing in prison for months, sometimes even years, and the DPP has still not been able to provide any kind of advice, relevant or otherwise. Quite disturbing indeed. So hopefully this effort will eliminate incidents of such nature. But like I said, in the coming days, we'll be exploring this development. But at face value, it seems really great. So I guess that's kudos to Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Stephen Amadi. He appears proactive these days, doesn't he? You know, setting free or letting go some people in prison recently who, you know, had no justifiable reason to be there or remain there. So he seems proactive. That's a good thing, I suppose. That's a good thing. Hopefully this proactiveness continues and we keep on experiencing these reforms and forward thinking as far as justice delivery in Rivers State is concerned. Rescue operations are still ongoing at the site of the collapsed 21-story building on Gerard Road, Ikoyi. Our correspondent reports that so far 4 excavators are being used to sift through the rubble to rescue persons trapped underneath. Emergency response workers are on ground, including various security agencies and Lagos State government of agencies. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Akim Odumosu, said 6 persons have been rescued, with 3 confirmed dead. Now, Director General of LASEMA, Olufemi Damilola, says rescue operations going on. And in the meantime, the GM, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Bola Oki, says the owner of the collapsed 21-story building under construction in Ikoyi was given approval to construct only 15 floors. Mr. Oki told the news agency of Nigeria that the owner of the property has been arrested and would face the law because people have died in the disaster. Now, expect a lot of this to happen in the coming days with the unfortunate incident in Ikoyi in Lagos State. Yes, you know, we only see this is how it will go. You know, somebody, maybe it's this guy, this GM of Lagos State Building Control Agency, Bola Oki. By the way, nobody's going to resign over this matter in Lagos. Nobody will resign because nobody ever resigns for anything in Nigeria. So they'll organize a press conference, maybe some commissioner of works or whatever it is, or Bola Oki will be there as well, and whoever the incident commander is. Then you will, and you know, in Lagos they speak good English. The guys who are usually appointed to positions in Lagos State, they speak impeccable English. They're usually professionals, you know, from different walks of life, from different professional fields. So they speak very good English, more often than not, you know. And they don't shout when they're giving press conferences in Lagos. Unlike here in Rivers State, that's how we do it here. We shout. It's almost like we're trying to impress His Excellency. It's like the louder we shout, the more impressed His Excellency would be. That's our own pattern here in Rivers. But in Lagos, the more fluent your English is, maybe the more impressed His Excellency will be in Lagos. So, at the press conference in Lagos, to be a nice hall, nice environment, well air conditioned with nice chairs, and reporters are seated, and photographers are taking their pictures. You know, very suitable lighting as well. And then you hear the person leading the press conference say, "So can we start now? Can we? Is my mic working? Okay, thank you. Can we start now? Gentlemen of the press, please can you all be seated down? The press conference is about to start. Thank you very much." Then for those of you who are watching online, then he will adjust his tie. Okay. Well, thank you very much for attending this press conference. It was called. It was quite the emergency, really. So thank you all very much for making our time to be here today. I'm sure you've all heard about the unfortunate incident in Ikoyi in Lagos. The building that collapsed caught us all unawares, actually, and we're all saddened about this development. But a few facts we'd like to lay before the public as this government is aware that we owe the public information, and this government is not trying to hide anything. It's very important to note that, and it's in the spirit of openness and transparency that we've organized this press conference. So, a few facts we have to lay bare as far as this matter is concerned. So, the owners of this property, going by the name XYZ Conglomerate, we fact-checked and we checked our records, and we have some documents here. Those documents will be passed across to all of you, as a sign of our openness, and you will find that the owners of this property were given a license to go 15 floors. You will see the records over there. You will see the records. You will see the application submitted. All the documentation are being passed around right now. Don't worry, you will all have copies. You will all have copies, and you will see that 15 floors was approved, but we have no idea why the contractors will go to 21 floors, and you will see blah 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 yada yada yada. So the question is, if you approved 15 floors, how did it go to 21 floors and nobody saw nobody saw what was going on? Nobody saw that 15 floors became 21 floors. How is that even possible? It's not in some remote area. It's in Ikoyi in Lagos, for crying out loud. How did no one see that this construction had gone beyond 15 floors, not to 16, not to 17, but to 21 floors? Remarkable stuff. Okay, I have to go for a break now. Quick commercial break, and when I return, today's round comes on. Please stay with us.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dayo.
Welcome back to Hard Factor 91.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dayo. 21 minutes ago, before 4 p.m, I'd like to run for just a bit. I've got something in my mind, expressing some thoughts on it. You're welcome to express your thoughts and mine all the way till 4 p.m. Here's a story cut to the Guardian newspaper. IGP orders investigation into invasion of Justice Odili's home. Here's the story. The IGP police, Usman Akeli Baba, has ordered detailed investigation into the invasion of the Abuja residence of Justice of the Supreme Court Mary Odili. The house on Friday, October 29, 2021, was invaded by security operatives believed to be from the police and EFCC. The IGP, who noted that the leadership of the force is not aware and did not at any time order police operatives to carry out the action, described the incident as unfortunate and unacceptable. Let me stop there for a moment. In case you don't understand the gravity of what I just read out to you, or the gravity of this situation, the number 2 person as far as the judiciary is concerned, the Supreme Court is the apex court in the land, the number two person, the justices of the Supreme Court are the highest as far as judges in Nigeria are concerned. The CJN is number one. Justice Mary Odili is number two. So going by the norms, going by practices, if anything were to happen to the CJN right now, Justice Mary Odili becomes the CJN of basically the Chief Justice. So she's the number two person. No doubt, extremely highly placed. I mean, the fact that you are a justice of the Supreme Court in itself, you're as big as they come. You're literally at the pinnacle of that career, more or less. Now, the number two person, as far as once again the Supreme Court is concerned, had her home besieged. There was an invasion of sorts. Reportedly, this invasion lasted several hours, and some search warrant was presented, and this search warrant, by the way, was was signed by a magistrate in Abuja, I believe. Some officials, and their names are not hidden, presented or filed the application for this search warrant. The names are not hidden. The identities are not hidden as well. As a matter of fact, just a quick moment while I read out the name of the police officer who reportedly applied for this search warrant. He's a CSP Ajodo. CSP Ajodo, full name. CSP Lawrence Ajodo, reportedly attached to the Joint Panel Recovery Ministry under the Ministry of Justice. Filed an application for this search warrant, which the magistrate attested to or granted since Friday. And this invasion once again reportedly lasted several hours before the magistrate revoked that search warrant, and then they disappeared. Now, from Friday, the rest of Friday, we had Saturday, we had Sunday, we had Monday, we have today Tuesday, and the entire security apparatus, of Nigeria has not been able to figure out the individuals or the persons responsible for this invasion at the Abuja home of Justice Mary Odili. Do you understand the gravity of this now? Now back to the story. A statement from a police spokesman, CP Franco Bat, reads, quote, "The IGP has directed the Force Intelligence Bureau, let me stop there for a moment. Force Intelligence Bureau. Just try it. Try announcing tomorrow morning or this evening that by tomorrow morning you and maybe 10 of your friends want to embark on a peaceful protest regarding, for example, what's in Port Harcourt. Let's say suits. Let's say the suits matter. So you want to embark on a protest regarding suits. Let's say somewhere close to Government House or any other popular place in Port Harcourt. And before tomorrow morning, very likely, or by tomorrow morning, intelligence reports. The police will receive intelligence. In fact, it will be raining intelligence reports. You will literally see intelligence falling from the sky as to how disaster will destroy River State if you and your 10 other friends embark on this protest that you intend to. However, once again, a justice of the Supreme Court had her home invaded, and the Force Intelligence Bureau does not know. They didn't get any intelligence, and even post the incident, no intelligence can be found anywhere. Now, the IGP has told the Force Intelligence Bureau, quote, to conduct a discreet investigation into the incident. He assured of the commitment of the force to the safety and security of members of the judiciary and Nigerians in general. He further called for calm, promising that the force will do all within its powers to unravel the perpetrators and motives behind the breach, with a view to bringing all indicted persons to book. To unravel, what exactly are we unraveling? Reports have it we had soldiers there. Reports have it we had police officers there. So, by the way, almost just about every security agency, well, I don't know if Man o' War has said they didn't do it. I don't know. I haven't received that report yet. If Man o' War said it did not do it, or if the FRSC has denied any involvement, I cannot guarantee that at this time. I don't have any report. But The EFCC have said they didn't do it. I think the SSS have said they didn't do it. The police have said they did not do it. The Attorney General of the Federation has claimed he has no idea that who did it. Who? Was it ISIS? Was it Hezbollah? Was it bandits? Was it unknown gunmen? Who did it? Now, back to the quote. The IGP has also directed the Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory, to strengthen security around the streets and residence of her Lordship Justice Mary Odili to ensure her safety and prevent a reoccurrence of the unfortunate incident. How is it that prior to now there wasn't security present? It doesn't have to be heavy, but any kind of security presence within or around the home of a justice of the Supreme Court, such that if there were going to be any kind of breach, the IGP himself would be notified immediately that breach was about to take place or was taking place. How is that not the case at all? How is it that prior to Friday, a justice of the Supreme Court does not have enough protection? It didn't have to be heavy or very obvious, such that once again, if there were any illegal activities taking place or about to take place, either in her home, on her premises, close to her home, relevant security agencies and officials are notified immediately and they swing to action to either prevent it from taking place or manage it after it may have commenced. How could that not have been the case in the first instance? And how is it that from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today, Tuesday, we have no answers yet as to who ordered this, who made it happen, and how is it also that in all the rebuttals and refusals and the denials, and the Attorney General's office recently was talking about discrepancies in the application for the search warrant, saying that the email address is wrong, the physical address is wrong, the unit does not exist, this was wrong, that was wrong. Nobody has talked about the name of the officer who was identified in this application. Nobody. The Attorney General did not mention him. The IGP has not mentioned him. None of the other agencies who have denied involvement have mentioned. The name is CSP Lawrence Ajodo. Nobody has said that CSP Lawrence Ajodo does not exist. Nobody has said CSP Lawrence Ajodo was impersonating a police officer. Nobody has mentioned the whereabouts of CSP Lawrence Ajodo. Nothing has been said about him. Is he a phantom persona? Does he not exist? There's so many things wrong with this situation, really. Too many things, as a matter of fact. But one thing is this. One thing I would like our honorables and excellencies to remember, including the minions who find themselves in our security agencies who are working for them and doing their bidding, is when you destroy the pillar that holds up the building, because this guy is standing by that pillar and you want to destroy him, and you start a hit at that pillar in hopes that the pillar would fall and destroy that person, your perceived political enemy or real or perceived enemy, you forget that that pillar is holding the entire building. There's a reason that pillar is there. That pillar is not there just protecting or shielding your enemy from certain death or certain doom. The pillar is also holding the rest of the building, the rest of the roof. So you destroy that pillar because a real or perceived enemy is standing close to it in hopes the pillar will fall and crush that person, forgetting that that pillar was put there for a reason, and that pillar goes down, it's very likely the entire building will come down and will destroy you as well. That's what I simply intended to remind Nigerian leadership with today's rant. But once again, as I part ways, as I wrap up today's rant, if you decide to organize a protest in Port Harcourt tomorrow, you've not even done it yet. Intelligence report will start falling from the skies as to what will possibly go wrong, as to how there will be nuclear invasion of Port Harcourt City LGA. but the justice of the Supreme Court's home was invaded for hours. We have names, we have pictures, we have identities, but nobody, the entire Nigerian security apparatus, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, about 5 days now, they have no idea who ordered this invasion. And that's a wrap on my rant today. Thanks for listening. Hope you were on board. Any thoughts on my let's hear it? 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0007. We are live on facebook.com/Nigerian for PH. WhatsApp on 0809 0306416. Keep it brief and straight to the point. And once the call is answered, please turn down the volume of your radio. So very important to do so. Let's see. All right, let's see. We've got Christian Chibundu on Facebook going. Are they not sending police officers with their van to now unknown police officers acting on the orders of unknown government? What a shame. Where is my call screen for crying out? Okay. Hello, Hard Fact to welcome. Hello, 913, welcome.
Yes.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good afternoon, go ahead.
Yeah, Chief,
go ahead, please.
So, that you can nobody in.
Okay, not a good connection. Do call back if you can, please. Via Facebook, Koi Kanke Doaka goes, you know how many people house police they invade their houses without search warrants? They will even slap you in your own house, take you away. Nobody will launch an investigation because we're not X this and X that. Oh well. Let's see. Okay, I think we are the screening back now. I've got a John from Igruta. John, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello, Dayo. Good afternoon.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I want to continue your program. My name is John.
Go ahead, John.
This round you have just rendered, it reminds me of people that will be in government or be in strategic offices, and they will come out without setting a right the pension scheme. They will come out, they will not pay them pension. They will come and be crying and be crying and be crying. It's anonymous to what you are saying. Now it is not happening to them. Tomorrow it could be their turn to suffer what that woman is suffering. Thank you. This is my contribution.
All right, John, good to hear from you as well. Let's see what's happening via via WhatsApp. Someone says OSPAC did it. Well, you never know, maybe. And it's from Samson Beripele. The men who stormed the Abuja residence of the justice was a crack team of Swedish soldiers led by Lieutenant Colonel Kunta Kinte of Osaka, Japan. That's intelligence report. That's intelligence report right there. Hello, from Barry D. Giardam, out of Georgia. Welcome. Please go on. Hello, go ahead.
My name is Barry D. Giardam.
Go ahead. I just called your name out. Please go ahead.
IGP orders investigation into invasion of Justice Odili's home. Let me make it very clear that nobody's home was invaded. That's why up till now they've not arrested anybody. If someone's home was invaded, there's supposed to be CCTV footage now. I've been at Adedayo the house there. I didn't go to tell me that they don't have CCTV camera in the house. Nobody's house was invaded.
You're saying that this did not happen.
It didn't happen. Nobody's house was invaded.
Okay.
All those things are propaganda. This so-called PDP government, PDP people.
Okay. All right. Now that's an interesting position. Noble from Ada Georgia, welcome. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Daya.
All right, go on.
This topic you're talking on is very interesting. I just pray they shouldn't invade your own studio very soon for talking about it. That's the kind of country we find ourselves. In a country where anybody can take law into his hands and do anything. But as soon as they perceive you and you're not in a political alignment with them, or they feel they're a threat to whatever they are planning, somebody can just from anywhere claim to be this and claim to be that, take laws into their hands. So far, they consulted the authorities involved. Those ones who claim as if they don't know anything that happened. In fact, they are going to look for a way to hide everything, cover up everything, and claim they don't even know, they don't know the person, even if they know it. So they cannot say they didn't know what happened there. They didn't know who did it. They knew everything. But they are covering up because they know this woman is from the south. So this is what we find this is the kind of country. Even if these things are happening in Rivers State, you see somebody, a politician that is in power, will just come and do something, take laws into their hands, do any kind of thing. So that is the kind of society we find ourselves. It's not just over there in Abuja, it's everywhere. Somebody can just come up now and take laws into their hands and do anything, and nobody will say anything. Imagine they took that woman away. Today they will say they are looking for the woman, they don't know the whereabouts, they don't know this. So that is very appalling. Thank you.
All right, Nabu. Let's see. Let's get your take on the matter as well. Let's see. Maybe a few more comments via, let's see, Facebook. Or Precious and Wonderful on Facebook goes, good afternoon. That's how we do it here. Waiting to hear one thing, good command from Nigeria Police Intelligence. Report all the intelligence I've heard from the police are anti-people. Even if that caller who says there was no invasion and it never happened, even if he's correct, assuming he's correct, even though that sounds anyways, assuming he's correct, by now the police should have known. That's the point I'm making. It's not my argument or my is not for or against anything. It's simply the fact that whatever the fact of the matters are, whatever the situation is, whether there was an actual invasion, whether it was stage managed by the PDP, according to that caller, as far-fetched as that sounds, the fact of the matter is, really, stage managed. Anyways, the fact of the matter is that there should have been some report by now emanating from the authorities as to what happened in that matter. I've got a BB from Yenagoa. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Dayo.
Go ahead, please.
Dayo, I think we need to, at this point, we need to invite Shaggy to Nigeria. I think we have to invite Shaggy. We need to do a remix for It Wasn't Me. Since everybody is denying it, and now we know why the CP and the police command has not been able to receive the bank statement of the Uniport students. Because I don't know how come till now they've not mentioned the name. When the names are there for the public to see, and they that call themselves security agencies cannot even see those names and know who those persons are. Are they what they are telling us? No, I think we need to invite Shaggy so that Shaggy will come and tell us it wasn't me. Maybe he will say, they say it was the DSS, it wasn't me. What about the police? It wasn't me. Ministry of Justice, it wasn't me. Since everybody shouting, it wasn't me. When we say people like, in fact, these same people who are supposed to be promoting or laundering this name of this country in a better way are the ones laundering it in a bad way. They are the ones spoiling it, not even we, the poor massive people. No. I believe if it was one of the high-ranked persons in Aso Rock, they would have come out now. I think somebody used somebody's daughter's SIM card. They went to arrest the person. Love you too. They were able to know who that person was.
Maybe that's the much that I can take from me. It's actually a contribution, though. I have to wrap this up shortly. Someone says maybe a ghost did it. Whoever it is, really. The police, this is embarrassing, and something has to be done about this very quickly. Whether or not there was an invasion, or it was stage managed, like some caller suggested a while ago, we need to get to the heart of this, and as quickly as possible. Got the business news coming up for the hour at 4 o'clock. Discussions continue after that. Do please stay with us.